Entrepreneurship has become a powerful way for people to follow their dreams while making a positive impact in their communities. Jamil Kicks is a shining example of this, blending a passion for design and shoes with a mission to inspire others. From modest beginnings to becoming a very well-known business, their story is a testament to the power of vision, hard work, and community support. Today we're joined by Jamil Broadnax, the founder, and Dee Broadnax, co-founder, to share their inspiring journey. Welcome to Celebrate Michigan, show produced on the campus of Medina University. I'm Chris Benson. I'm excited to welcome the innovators of Jamil Kicks to the show. Here they are, and you brought a few things with you, right?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
It's so good to have you.
Oh yeah, thank you for being here.
Thank you. So tell me, what was the moment that Jamil Kicks got started?
So Jamil Kicks started in about 2019. I graduated college, not graduated high school, I went to college, and COVID happened. So now I'm at home collecting shoes because there's nothing to do. And everybody's wondering, they're like, Jamil, how are you able to get all these shoes? You know, I'm able to do what I do, get them in various ways. So my brother, he came and he started helping out, and he's like, bro, you gotta take this to the next level. So before we knew it, we just started collecting for everybody, and it just took off from there. Wow,
okay. So what is each of your roles in the organization?
Let me go first. So, well, I'm going to go for him, and I'm going to say he's the financial, you know what I'm saying? Okay. He's the financial advisor. He takes care of all the money stuff, you know. I'm more so in front of the camera now, usually. We have other people that work with Jamil Kicks that does that as well. But I say what I try to do is I try to make sure that we're doing collabs, we're meeting different other business owners and trying to see how we can promote their business, they can promote ours, and I let him tell what he does because he really does all the hard work.
Okay, definitely on the financial side of things, but also too, my expertise is sourcing out the exclusive rare pieces that people want.
Okay.
Shoes has gotten kind of easy for us. So now we've moved on to clothing, vintage clothing as well, things of that nature.
What is it about shoes? Why do people want to express themselves through shoes?
So, you know, growing up, I wear a size 13. It's so hard for me to get shoes, but fashion is like a big pivotal part of like growing up in Detroit. You know, everybody has to have a nice pair of buffs on, a nice outfit. And if you got some bad shoes on, the whole outfit is bad. So it's really important that people speak through how they feel through their clothing.
Has it always been shoes? Because it started with shoes, right? Yeah. For you, it's always been shoes. So when you're starting out your own personal collection, how many are we talking?
I mean, it's bad to say, but I'm almost at 165 pairs of shoes.
Okay.
I have no space in my basement. And it's bad.
It's bad. So would you say it's an addiction at this point?
No, I mean, now I have so many connections. Like Nike sends me running shoes sometime, Hoka, On Cloud, these different brands, they send me like free shoes. So it's not like I'm paying for all of it, but it's definitely a lot. It's got to the point where I've started like giving shoes away to people, you know, and just been like, hey, you want these? Come grab these pair of shoes from me. These are free because I have no more space.
Wow. So how did you get from this is an interest within just a couple years to where you are now? I'm sure it was real easy, right? Finances were no problem. It's like done, right?
Well, it became a problem. It became a problem, a good problem, but it became a problem with the collection of shoes. And I walk in and he has this various amounts of shoes and I'm like, we have to do something with it. So once we sat down and we really drew up the business plan, it was easy to execute from there. And like he said, it definitely starts with the shoes. People are going to look at your smile, and then they directly go down to your shoes.
Definitely.
Everybody can say that.
Like everybody says this. Okay.
I'm going to add on to that. So a lot of people know the famous rapper Peasy. Me and Peasy were the same size. So growing up listening to him, you know, he was always a famous rapper, you know, in the area. I get a text message from him. He's like, yo, usually stores only get a 13 or a 14, one pair.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm always first in line to get it. And, you know, he has his people that'll go through and get his shoes for him. So he sends me a text. He's like, man, I see you at every shoe release, man. How do you keep getting all these shoes? So when I was able to meet up with him, sell him shoes, you know, and I was able to talk to, I'm able now to talk to celebrities on a one-on-one basis, go to their house.
Wow.
I think that's when we took it to the next level, when I had rappers DMing me saying, hey, man, I need this shoe in my size.
Did you think it would get this big?
No, No,
No.
I didn't.
How
No.
did it get this big? I know you're big on social media. Who's the social media genius here?
It started actually with him. He was
Okay.
the one. I only had like 300-400 followers, and his old account was at what, like 10,000. His
Something
old
around that.
account before it got hacked was at like 10-15,000.
Okay.
So when we started the new page, the
Yeah.
Jamil Kicks page, it just blew up. Honestly, I'll say different apps like TikTok, you post a reel on there and it just blows up. The
Yeah.
buzz is just crazy.
Yeah.
So just sticking with the trends, really, that's how it blew up.
How do you know what's on trend? How do you know as like a buyer or when you're trying to source it? How do you know what's gonna hit?
Logan.
Laced Up Logan.
Laced Up
He's not
Logan.
here, but
Okay.
he's definitely one of 3 of Jamil Kicks, and he has an expertise, and he's only 18 years old, which is the crazy part.
Yes.
But he definitely has a good eye. A lot of it is trial and error too. There are some things that we've bought where they didn't do so good, but there are different things that we have bought that people really sought after. It's just knowing about fashion, really.
Give me an example of one where you're like, we thought this was gonna be so big, and we were so wrong. look at this knowing look with each other. I love this.
I would say there were some SBs that
Okay.
I was so adamant on us getting, and we
is
got
the
about
thing.
17 pairs of them,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they didn't do good
See,
at all.
his problem is he has a love for some source of shoes. Like we're gonna point out
Yeah,
a pair
yeah.
of the SBs right here. We got 2 of them on the table, and he'll think I like this shoe, and that's where you have to have these meetings where like it doesn't matter what you like. We have to figure out what the customer likes.
Oh.
That's true.
I'm like quality control in the group.
Yes,
That's my
yes.
role to revisit your first question. That's my role. So for me, I'll say it was the Jordan 11s, the low tops.
Yes.
Yeah, the low tops are bad.
Yes,
You know what
those
I'm
are
saying?
bad.
Yeah, yeah. And then,
I appreciate the chemistry that you both have. I can see why your business is successful because there's a little give and take in the exchange. Would
Definitely.
you say that's true?
Oh,
and
yeah.
mutual respect is what I'm seeing
oh
here
yeah,
too.
oh yeah.
You have to be able to listen to your business partner.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to know when to lead and when to follow. Sometimes he's the head man. I'm grabbing the water and
Yeah.
the towel. Sometimes it's me. Sometimes it's Logan. We got TJ in the background too. Sometimes he's the front
one
man.
that goes
That's just
in.
how it goes.
Well, we already have to get to a break, but we know you're going to want to hear more about this conversation in just a minute and Jamil Kicks, and we're going to talk about some of the awesome things they brought in today. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Mom, can I have $1? Yeah, it's right. I think my purse is upstairs on the bed. It's not here. Check the dining room. No. What about your sister's room? It's not there either. The upstairs closet? The downstairs closet?
There are no more closets.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
When life's this hard, it's no wonder 7,000 students drop out every school day. Visit boostup.org and help kids in your community stay in school.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul,
Estimated time 47 hours.
they will beg,
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
they will plead.
Deep fried butter on a
stick. But whatever you do, don't wimp out. Now you're talking. Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. cheese curls second.
Are you orange?
Welcome back to Celebrate Michigan. I'm Chris Benson. Joining me today are the founders of Jamil Kicks, Jamil and Dee Broadnax. We talked in the last segment and we ended it with the good chemistry that you guys have and the various roles you play in the organization. Do you guys always get along?
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
It depends. It depends how the event is going. I'll break down. We have like a little process. So like when people come up to us, a part of, we don't just sell, but we have to keep a lot of inventory because we have so many people that consistently buy from us.
Mm-hmm.
So at these events that we go to, people will come up to us and constantly bring us product and we'll decide. So we all have a role in that case.
Yeah.
Logan is the verifier. He's going to verify that everything is real. Then he'll pass it over to me and my job is to decide if yay or nay if we're going to buy it. And then he is the bank. So he's the final say on if we're buying it. So sometimes it's like I'm buying everything.
Yeah.
Slow down, slow down.
Is that a big concern? Are people bringing things that are not real to you?
They've tried.
They've tried
Yeah,
and
definitely
didn't make
tried.
it.
It's very popular. It's a big trend now. But if you've been doing it as long as we have, like, it's so funny. You can tell by the smell, the feel, the size tag. We're pros now.
It's a whole culture,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like this is a whole culture around sneakers. And I've heard the term sneakerheads. What other terms?
Shoe guru,
Okay.
sneakerhead for sure is a big one, but shoe guru, a lot of people like to use that. And then
Uh-huh.
collectors. The old school people, they're gonna say, I'm not a sneakerhead, I'm a collector.
I see. Well, and I know we're going to talk about some of the awesome pieces that you have here today. And we've got some pictures, I understand, too, that you're going to talk us through. So you have not just shoes. I see clothing items. You've got cleaner there because you got to keep things clean. We got to do all this stuff, right? Okay, well, why don't we take a look at some of the pictures of the things that you brought? I know you've got stuff here, but you've also got other things that we're going to take a look at. So we'll take a quick look at those. Tell us what I'm looking at. Look at this.
Okay, so that is one of our basketball events. We collabed with Rack the GOAT. He's a very famous influencer. He travels the world and does basketball events. So I grew up playing basketball. You know, everybody thought they was going to the NBA. So he called me, hit me up, and he was like, "Man, you got so many of these rare Kobe's. How do you get them?" And I'm like, "Listen, a good chef never reveals his recipe, but if you need them at the event, I got you." So he called me up, and that day was the Kobe release day. I had 34 pairs of Kobe. So behind me on that wall is all the Kobe's that I got lined up, and all the basketball players was like, right after the games, coming up to me, just getting their kicks right there. So
awesome. Oh, and.
Oh, yeah. I'll let you explain that one because behind that tower is yours. So.
Okay.
There it is.
Well, I'm going to explain this picture here. He has a $10,000 coat on. Let's just start there.
Wow.
That's a rare Jeff Hamilton. He calls me the bank, but we'll sneak that in there.
There it is.
The tower of shoes behind him is some rare SB Dunks. So I get those in quantity. That's pretty much my specialty. We all have our own nick when it comes to certain shoes.
I don't know how he does it.
So mine's is SBs, his is more Jordans and Kobe's, and then Logan, he's just a little bit of everything. So
He can't tell you because you said he can't reveal the recipe.
Yeah, but I thought at least to me.
No, it's got to keep that secret.
And that was actually an event. The picture before, we were in Grand Rapids for that event.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so this was a clothing exchange event because not only do they do shoes, they do clothes, but we do a mix of both. So now at this event, everything we sell is not high end. So if you see those bins down there behind you, I cater to all people, no matter what you're looking for. So we've got $1, $5, and $10 bins.
Nice.
And people are coming in there, they get their shoes, and we're going to build you a whole outfit. That's what we're going to do. So we had pants in one bin, we had shirts in one bin, we had jackets in one bin, and you're able to just come and one-stop shop.
Very cool. Very cool.
He's famous.
Okay, so he is famous. He is at every shoe event that there is. He's like 10 years old.
Yes.
He's the mastermind of his own brand, and it's just cool to see him actually network and engaging with people at such a young age. At 10, I wish I would have started at that age.
A quick story. I actually met him first, and he walked up to me. He was 10 years old. He walked to me. He said, "How much for that shoe?" I said, $450. He said, "Okay," and he pulled on his mom. He said, "Give me $425." And then he tried to work with me. I said, "Oh my God, he's starting to negotiate at 10 years old."
Definitely.
I thought that was hilarious. I said, he needs to work with us. He needs to work for Jamil Kicks as soon as he's old enough.
Hey, well, it's never too early to recruit.
Okay, so I gotta explain this picture
Okay,
for sure.
please do. Please do.
Those are the big red boots. There was only about 1,000 pairs of those made in the world, so he had to flex
Wow.
for that picture.
I had to.
This was actually at Huntington Place. There are rare paintings on the bottom. That's a collaboration with our
Wow.
good friend Rugo. He has his own brand, and that show did very well.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like you're proud of that.
Oh yeah. Those red boots they're very known. You know. Very known.
Absolutely. Look at that. Oh, you guys look like you have a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Doing this too.
This is so fun. What we do. Obviously, I love working. Ever since I was a kid, everyone I've always worked for said I was a great worker. Every job I've ever worked at, they've always put me in a manager role or a supervisor role at the age that I'm at. And that just fueled the fire on me knowing that I need to own my own business. Yeah.
So you've brought just a few things with you today.
Just a few.
Pick a couple that we can talk about before the break. What do you want to tell
first.
us?
You
What's
pick
here?
one and I'll pick one.
Pick some favorites here.
Okay, I'm an SB guy, so we're gonna go with the Futuras here.
Yes.
There's only about 40,000 pairs of those made in the world. We were able to get 3. So those are very, very good percentages.
That's hard. That's hard. Yeah.
Amazing.
I just checked the numbers of how many people are in Michigan. Last year was 10.3 million people in Michigan alone. So 40,000 pairs in the world. This is why we are good with what we do.
Amazing.
I was gonna pinpoint the Yeezys, but I'm actually gonna pinpoint the Asics. When we talk about
right in
staying
front.
with the trends, the message that I have for everybody is wear what you like. Don't wear what you see somebody else wearing. Don't copy someone. Wear what you like. And Asics are now a fashion trend. Everybody's got a pair of Asics.
Which is amazing.
So,
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
this is just, well, we know you're going to want to hear more about what's on trend, so we got to take a quick break, but stay tuned. We'll be right back with Jamil Kicks, and you can hear some more.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
I present to you Algebra 2, Foreign Languages, and finally, Biology. Who among you will step up to their challenge?
Me. Yeah, I'll do it. Me too.
Sign me up.
Take on the tough classes now. You need them to prepare for college.
Do you like this top? It's so gay. Really? Yeah, it's totally gay.
You know, you really shouldn't say that.
Say what?
Well, say that something's gay when you mean it's bad. It's insulting. What if every time something was bad, everybody said, oh, that's so girl wearing a skirt as a top?
Oh, you are.
Those are cute jeans, though. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
Welcome back to Celebrate Michigan. I'm Chris Benson, and I'm joined by the founders of Jamil Kicks, Jamil and Dee Broadnax. We are talking about all these cool things they brought with us today. We didn't even get through half of them. I'm going to let you pick a couple more. What do we need to focus on here? There's a lot to look at.
So I'll pivot to the Yeezys. So in the sneaker culture, everybody has, the keyword is grail. They're grail shoes. Everybody's got a list of shoes growing up that they've always wanted. It's probably about 3 to 4 pairs of shoes. This was my grail shoe. Yeezys, before they transitioned to 350s, these are the 750s. So these are really iconic Yeezys right here. I had to get them in a 14 just because I couldn't find a 13. Like, I've been to Chicago, I've been to Florida. So this was one of my grail shoes along with 3 or 4 other pairs. The only one pair of shoes I've left on my list is a pair of Sean Witherspoon 97s. So I was really happy to get that shoe. So I got to keep it in a clear case. I wore it one time, and they'll probably stay like that till I resell them maybe 20, 30 years from
You
now.
were very clear when you brought these in. You said those stay in the case.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I'm not touching it. Go ahead. I understand.
Oh, yeah,
There's
they stay.
boundaries, and I'm respecting
They
those.
stay in the case. It's funny. So my mom, a quick little funny story. I had bought a pair of Jordan 5 Off-Whites.
Okay.
And this is before Virgil passed away. So I got the shoe roughly around like $300. And mom is like, you are never spending money ever again. This is ridiculous. You spend $350 on a pair of shoes. This is crazy. And what was it, 5 events ago? So I held that shoe, never wore it, held it in a clear case. And NBA G League player, I forgot his name, he came to the event and he wore a size 13. He's like, I got $950 for him right now. I said, give me $975. He said, deal.
There it is. And you're like,
There
Mom?
it is. So Mom, this is what I spent. This is what I got out. So I always try to explain to my mom. We go back and forth. I say, I'm investing. This is not addiction. I'm gonna
talk
flip
about
to
this.
the Kobe jacket.
Oh, wow.
So I can't take that out of the case.
I also won't ask you to do that.
In the inside, it's got all his accolades, all the points he scored, all the championships. I think there's only like a couple thousand of these made.
Wow.
I've got all like the tags and everything. So it's so funny. My mom will laugh back. Why do you have the receipt in a plastic bag? I'm like, listen, you need all that. You need the paper it comes with.
Yes.
Everything that goes along with it. So I just wanted to highlight those 2 things on the table. Those are really important to me.
Awesome. Awesome.
Definitely.
Dee, I understand you have a few too.
Okay, so we're gonna go with the Verdi Dunks over here. This is kind of a loud shoe.
I noticed
it's
that.
a fun shoe. It's not for everybody. They're definitely very rare. I would say in about 10 years, they'll probably be at about 4,000 or 5,000.
Wow.
And how much did you spend on them? On one pair?
On one pair, $200. We end up scoring 5 pairs of these. There are only about 36,000 pairs of these made in the entire world.
That's why he's the money guy.
See?
That's why he's the money guy. You know.
Awesome.
I'm just here.
So as, you know, again, you guys have a success story, right? And I know there's even more. What does the future look like for Jamil Kicks?
Shoe store next year. We're in the process now of getting everything together, getting the leasing stuff together. It's where he'll take over and handle that. But the store will be coming soon, and this is going to be square foot, the biggest shoe store in Michigan. I've been to every single shoe store. I'm very close to every single shoe store owner. And I've done my homework. And this is going to be the biggest and best shoe store. I can't say too much. I can't let nobody copy me, but it's going to be crazy. Everybody's coming.
Definitely. I believe you.
Oh, yeah.
I believe you. I'm excited to hear about that, and I'm wishing you all the best for it.
Definitely.
So there have got to be people in our audience watching right now that are like totally inspired by you, right? Like maybe they're thinking they might want to be an entrepreneur, or they're like, gosh, I love what these guys are doing. They might have their own business idea. What advice would you give to someone who's watching the show right now who's thinking, you know, I think I want to try this, but I don't have the skills. I don't have the background these guys have. What would you say to them?
Trial and error first. Well, no, I'm going to say first, start with a vision board. When you actually, don't text it, don't type it,
and tell people what that is who might not know what a vision board is.
A vision board is where you plot every plan or every dream that you have, and then you lay it out in bullet points. So if you want to be the best dog trainer in the world, you would pinpoint how to go about that and set small goals for yourself. But you have to write it down physically, because once you write it down physically, you have to stick to it.
And every step in between. And maybe just take a small step today. Like you can't get from here to there, but I can do one thing to further my dream.
Yes.
Awesome.
So to add to it, I would say, first of all, like, you got to believe in God. You know what I'm saying? You got to work hard. Those are the first 2 important things. But, I mean, at the end of the day, we all have a job. So what's to stop you from taking if you work 40 hours a week, this is how somebody broke it down to me. If you work 40 hours a week, in that time when you're not working and sleeping, you've got all this extra and idle time where you can go and start that small business. And before you know it, it'll just take off. Like I had a buddy, he started off doing car detailing, and he just did it 2 days a week.
Yeah.
And he called me one day, he's like, Jamil, I'm making more in 2 days than I'm making more on my job in 5 days. And he's opening up his car dealing building next month.
Awesome.
So that's all you got to do. You got to just realize that we waste a lot of time throughout the day, scrolling, texting, sitting around. That time you could be plotting that vision board.
Wow. Good advice, I got to tell you. Where can we find you? If people are watching right now and they're like, I need those, where do I find Jamil Kicks?
So our last website that we had, I didn't realize how many orders we were going to get. It crashed.
Oh.
We have an IT team now,
Okay.
so our JamilKicks.com is going to be back up in the next couple days. But for right now, you guys can go to Instagram, Jamil.Kicks. Right there, you can contact us. We all have access to it. So me, him, or Logan will hit you right back, let you know what we got in stock, and we can source just about everything. When it comes to shoes, clothes, we honestly sell probably just about anything.
Awesome.
So,
Jamil D, it has been a pleasure hearing about your business today, and I wish you all the best in the future. I have a feeling we're going to hear from you again.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I
I hope
have
to
a
come
feeling.
back.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. And thank you for watching and celebrating all the fantastic, wonderful people, ideas, businesses we have here in Michigan. We're so glad you're part of it. See you next time.